back up in this thing. Alright. For real though. Let's see what's happening. Why is she gonna save the world, you know? Like, why? For what reason? In what fashion? Save the world? World? How come I can't see the little weird data things he set up here? Huh? What's up with that? That's crazy. Whoa. Hello. It was a private room located within the Guy Institution. One of the walls was made of glass, a large window to an expanse of high-rise buildings along the coast. The room belonged to the head researcher, Sumasoka. He wasn't present right now, however. Major Graham King was there instead, accompanied by 6 armed guards. They burst into the room and secured it.
Alpha Team, start Phase 2.
Roger. Starting Phase 2.
Doing as Graham ordered, Alpha Team started using heavy-looking sensors on the many stuffed animals and once more. They were searching for wiretaps and the like.
Narashino, relay the current location of Uranus.
Traveling north on Route 5. Arriving at Bichogi Junction in 7 minutes.
Report any abnormalities.
Roger that.
Target B is clean. No metal detected.
Target A is clean.
3 of the 6 soldiers were using detectors to scan the stuffed animals. After being handed the scanned animals, the others took out their knives and
Dismantling Target B.
forced them into the toys' stomachs. Scanning alone couldn't guarantee that there were no wiretaps. Just to be safe, they pulled off the cotton stuff out and thoroughly checked inside each one. There were fewer than 10 in total. Some were far larger than others, though, so it would take time to recall the copies
Hurry.
from them. Sumasoga and Ewan Akuda had taken a car to go to a meeting half an hour ago. Graham had taken this opportunity to commence this operation. The objective was to investigate the stuffed animals that Ewan regularly bought for Asuma. Graham suspected that they had wiretaps inside. Ewan Okuda was an engineer belonging to a national research company. He'd been part of Project Gaia since before its development was frozen. Something that everyone knew of the project back then. Now, he was someone you could call Asuma's right-hand man. Graham believed that this was the result of both his skill as an engineer as well as his ability to keep us satisfied. Asuma and Ewan used Ewan as his own companion to keep him close at all times. After the AOAB, Director General was exposed as a spy 1 year ago. Security for both Gaia and Asuma had greatly increased. Ewan was the one who shot the spy that day. Graham always felt something was off about him. There was no particular reason, but if he had to give one, it'd be his soldier's intuition. He looked into Ewan's past just in case, but found nothing incriminating. However, deeply dug, there was no indication that the man was shady. Graham couldn't shake that strange feeling that he found. In his mind, it was still possible that Ewan Okuda was a Mr. Spy and Graham had planned this operation to confirm it.
Rhino Leader, this is Narashino. As planned, Uranos has left the Waco interchange.
Today, Asima had gone to a meeting at Ricken. He wouldn't be back for at least 2 hours. GDS agent, this is not very important. He wouldn't be back for at least 2 hours.
Keep track of them. Don't lose sight of Uranos.
This is Narashino. Roger that.
How many are left?
This is the last one.
The soldier pointed at the bear Owen had bought most recently. Grabbed the bear by the head. Somebody jury this. Presumably. Even if it was an AI. Something. And tore it open with his own bare hands. Placed his hand inside and examined it without care or restraint.
Target eye is clean.
But his target you.
All targets checked. Nothing detected.
Proceed to Phase 3.
They retrieved the torn stuffed animals and began carefully replacing them with exact substitutes. This was to keep anyone from realizing the operation had taken place at
Phase
all.
3 complete.
All right, let's withdraw. Leave no evidence.
As they prepared to leave, the stuffed animal remains in hand. The door suddenly opened, and the soldiers ran right into the room. Rather, the soldiers ran right into the people on the other side.
An army man doing a janitor's job? How embarrassing.
It was Asuma Soga, the owner of the room, and Ewan Okuda.
You're wondering why we're here?
Graham had to keep himself from nodding. He certainly was wondering. The operations room in Camp Narashino was tracking Asuma and Ewan. According to Narashino, the pair was about to arrive at Ricken in Saitama.
Your people are pretty good at tracking. Tracking an empty car, that is.
So you faked leaving.
It took an extremely skilled hacker to fool an army system. The army system? That didn't surprise Graham, though. He knew Asuma was capable of such a feat.
When did you figure out our plan?
Are you really that stupid? Do you still think you can hide things from me? You've been here for about a year now. Isn't it about time you got the picture?
Gaia.
And you think that Ewan's a spy. Well, I hope you've learned something here. Nobody can fool me. Nobody.
He can call him Ewan all he wants. I'm going to call him Owen.
This operation was necessary to ensure maximum security. I apologize for not informing you about it.
Get out.
Asuma had already stopped listening to Graham. Instead, he sat down and began doing something on his cube-shaped input device. Graham told his soldiers to leave, then did the same himself. The outside scenery suddenly changed. It wasn't the outside, but an artificial visual. I knew it. I'm so proud of myself. What it actually showed was the finest trait of the Earth simulator, Gaia. Its spherical monitor.
Yeah. No one can fool me or hide anything from me. So, why? Why didn't the thing with the woman turn out as it was simulated?
Asuma.
The last person here besides Asuma, Ewan, called out to him, triggering an irritated scowl.
Who gave you permission to stay here? Get out!
The government operation to capture the girl has already ended. Further involvement is forbidden.
You really think I'll just do as they tell me?
You weren't even interested at first.
Yeah, at first. But it didn't go as simulated, and I can't just ignore that. My Gaia is supposed to be perfect. This matter can't be overlooked.
Ooh.
Time to celebrate Takaoka's successful or failed elopement! And welcome Izaki and Hosho!
Oh gosh, time out. Does that mean that Momo's gonna go by Izaki?
Symphony!
Symphony! What kind of cheer is that?
Harmonious. After we chat with Oz, we went to Symphony where we were meeting by Win. He was convinced Momo and I were eloping and wanted to throw us a welcome party for some reason. And, well, this was the situation.
So, Izaki, where are you from?
Portugal? Or Italy, perhaps?
Whoa! Italy! Ciao ciao al dente!
He doesn't even question the fact that she doesn't know where she's from.
How about you make some authentic Italian pasta for our boy, huh?
Momo was a bit overwhelmed, but there was something about Win's energy that would help her enjoy it. November 25th. Lotto, 13 winners so far, 11,341,700 yen. Prize pool numbers 28, 29, 31.
Nakano Symphonies was a sausage fest before, so it's gonna be nice having some girls around. We've got a real floral aura going on now.
Dude, why are you talking like you're part of the team?
So rude. He was just some weirdo who liked coming here, enjoyed hanging out with us. He never started any intention of actually joining.
I like the retro feel this place has.
You do? I just want to get the hell out of here.
The person who owned this place was one of my late dad's regular customers. Like he used to do his tax work. The jobs were never that big though. My dad just had to locate people or objects, stuff like that. After he died, Symphony's owners redirected those jobs to me instead. I was left without a single relative and had to feed myself somehow, so I had no choice but to take them on. The owner ended up letting me use the place. Well, it's more like he gently forced me to use it. I could appreciate someone who was worried for me. I'd kind of been funneled into doing hacker work, so that level of consideration wasn't totally welcome.
Izaki, Hosho, you can come here whenever you want. I'll welcome you anytime.
Oh, I'm guessing Hosho might be Nono's last name or something. I don't know.
I see how it is. To you, I don't actually count as a girl.
Uh-oh.
Ah, hold on! I'm a man who's happy
Trouble in
as long as I can
paradise.
flirt with you, Yomi. I've no eyes for anyone but you.
You should have said that at the start, dummy.
Wendy and Yomi, me are lovey-dovey.
Sure
Gotta
are,
be,
but
gotta
that's just
be.
how lovers be, right? You'd know something about that,
That's how
wouldn't you,
lovers are.
Izaki?
Hey.
Pardon me?
Oh, so innocent.
May I ask who you're speaking with?
Oh, she probably
Oh,
can't see.
you can't see Yomi.
Yomi.
Sorry about
Still
that.
don't know her
I'll
very
introduce
well.
you both later.
Why not now?
Oh, okay.
If she's here.
Please do.
What? Momo was acting like nothing had happened. The stuff she told us at the Chinese restaurant was straight up unbelievable. I could see that Oz was dumbfounded, but my face was probably about as shocked.
My mission here
Is to save the
is
world.
to save the world.
Okay.
Huh?
The world will end on January 19th, 2038 at 3:14 and 7 seconds.
Seriously?
It wasn't so much Momo's statement about the world ending that surprised me. It was the fact that Momo was the one saying it. It seemed way too intense to be real. I'd convinced her to talk, but I was hearing it for all the first time. I was hearing it all for the first time, just like Oz.
My real name is Lucia.
Whoa. Whoa. See what I did there?
I came to Japan to look for a hacker known as Kent Korihisa.
So does that mean she's really Portuguese or whatever the other one was? Italian. I came to Japan looking for a hacker known as Kent Korihisa.
Who's that?
He currently goes by Cicada 3301.
Arg.
Cicada? I've heard that before.
Yeah, everybody's heard those before.
The quest.
Right? Probably not.
Yes.
Quest was a term used for certain events. There was this one godlike hacker causing trouble all over the world. They could do stuff that seemed like wizardry. Their name was Cicada 3301. Their name had been well known since their first appearance in the early 2010s. But someone calling themselves Cicada 3301 had appeared just last year. It wasn't clear whether it was the same person. But the newer one seemed to be sending challenges to hackers all over the world. They went on 4chan's hacker board and posted crazy difficult puzzles involving the real world. And those puzzles hinted at tragic events that actually happened so far. Soon after. Excuse me. Cicada 3301 was the person who caused the incidents. All the evidence was situational, but it seemed almost certain that was the case. It seemed like Cicada 3301 was challenging people. Their actions were almost inviting people to solve puzzles and use the hints to prevent the incidents. The hackers of the world were up to the challenge, of course. The hackers on 4chan went and named Cicada 3301's posts quests. And every time a new quest appeared, all the hackers rushed to complete them, eager to stop any incidents from taking place. There have been 4 quests so far. Crews from all over the world had taken them on, but not a single quest was completed. The first incident was pretty tame, but the second one resulted in actual deaths. By now, Cicada 3301 was widely regarded as a criminal, excuse me, a criminal who just wanted to show off their brain power. So that's really the person that was looking for.
Even back in 2010, Kent Korihisa was considered a genius hacker. That was the year he bypassed the Vatican's security systems and broke into its computer network.
Vatican. I didn't expect to hear that.
He was quickly exposed and caught. However, the Pope and the other high-ranking people there chose not to punish him. Instead, they hired him as their head computer engineer. After that, he was entrusted with the development of the Vatican's QCDC, Necropilgrimage, as well as their Earth simulator.
That was basically the same story as Asuma Soga's. Had Asuma copied Cicada 3301's method?
In 2012, though, shortly before Necropilgrimage's completion, Kent Korihisa suddenly vanished. It's believed that the reason he disappeared was because he accidentally stumbled across a huge secret hidden in the Vatican's main computer. That being the third secret of Fatima.
Ah, I see. The secrets of Fatima are used and abused in occult conspiracy circles. I've heard lots of versions of them, including fictional ones.
Was this guy into the occult?
So, what's your take on the third secret of Fatima?
Just as I previously mentioned, that the world will end 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 7 seconds into January 19th, 2038.
Irregular Nostradamus she is. The secrets of Fatima. I'd heard of them, but I didn't know much about them.
If things continue as they are, nobody will survive.
Maybe he's gonna read something about it, so I won't risk that. The miracle of Fatima and the third prophecy. On May 13, 1917, the Virgin Mary was said to have descended upon a Portuguese village of Fatima, bestowing a miracle in the form of prophecy. She then went on to manifest and do the same on every 13th of each month until November of the same year. And it is said that many people, as many as 100 1,000 people gathered to witness her in coma. Yeah, I heard that. With her last apparition on October 13, she left behind 3 final policies or secrets. The first was pertaining to the end of World War I, while the second was about the beginning of World War II. The third, however, was said to be so shocking that it was never revealed to the public. So to say that upon hearing it, the Pope, at the time, actually fainted from shock. Thanks, Moo Moo. That's the publication.
I want to save the world. It's possible that Kent Korihisa, Cicada 3301, knows how to do that. He might be the world's savior. That's why I must find him, no matter what.
Got any idea where he could be?
He was last seen here in Japan.
So that was why Momo came here, huh? Though...
A savior?
Cicada 3301. I really didn't believe he was anything like that. Sure, his ability as a hacker was, like, monstrous, but if you asked me, he was just some shithead who liked showing off. I did think most hackers were unlikable. This guy was on another level.
Interesting that you mentioned 2012.
Wevel. Interesting that you mentioned 2012. Oz suddenly trailed off, muttering something about how that was when the Pope had actually resigned, and the Papal conclave had to be held.
Does that have something to do with the disappearance of this Korihisa guy too?
Yes.
Figured. The third secret of Fatima getting leaked has got to be a big deal for the Vatican. And that's the reason they're chasing you?
I imagine so.
Where does the army come in then? They got nothing to do with the Vatican.
The army was planning to take Momo to Haneda Airport and hand her over to the Vatican's people.
Why?
Dunno, maybe they teamed up?
How do you know that?
Bit of a long story, or a movie story. I could have told him we both saw it with our own eyes, but explaining it would be a pain in the ass.
I did some independent investigation. Just leave it at that.
All right. Thanks for spilling. Interesting stuff, but not what I was looking for.
What is it about Guy that you're investigating anyway?
This and that, state stuff. Don't ask me anything else.
Closed book. Oh, really?
No. We're leaving.
But I haven't finished eating yet.
Leave it and let's go.
But you told me not to leave anything. Bye-bye, Polly and Momom.
Thank you very much.
Oz kindly paid for the 4 of us, then walked out. We'd just been told some absurd shit, but it looked like he'd taken it all in his stride. As I was wondering why, Oz beckoned me over from outside the restaurant.
There's something I wanted to ask you. Yesterday, you spoke like you knew I was going to be there. How long were you watching me?
I wasn't. I got an app that lets me save and load the world.
That got anything to do with Fatima's secrets?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Oz sighed and handed me a piece of paper.
What's this?
My business card.
Whoa, never seen a paper one before.
Come over if you feel like talking again. And extend my invitation to the little lady.
Not even I could tell how much of what Momo had said was true. If it was all an act, though, she was one hell of an actress. Either way, if she wanted to find someone, I'd just help her.
What kind of game is this?
The Game of Life!
Game of life. I see.
Momo was staring into the screen of a tiny device as she pressed its buttons. She seemed real captivated.
If you like that egg so much, you can have it!
I can?
I got loads more!
Thank you, Nano.
Hey, Polly! Do you want one too? Do you?
I'm good. You can play Game of Life on your BMI anyway.
You can! Do you know how? Want to hear my lecture? Lecture!
the game of life just like that simulation? It's just a bunch of bots and it's like they're reproducing stuff.
Maybe some other time.
Oh, we can do it now!
Yo, pull on and cross. This is Tabuchi Motors.
Oh? How are the Graper repairs coming along?
Gonna be finished up sometime today.
Thanks. Put the payment on my tab as always.
No can do. Not this time.
I need money.
Huh? Seriously? But it was never a problem before.
So absurd.
It involves part replacement, and that ain't cheap. Gonna need payment up front. And pay your tab too while you're at it.
Little rascal.
Way to kick me when I'm down.
The only reason you got away with it for so long is because Dub's a nice guy. You're in no position to complain.
I mean, you're not wrong, but man.
No payment, no repairs.
All the past repair bills plus this one? Sounds like a lot.
Shit, I don't have that kind of cash.
Hand over my whole fee for that recent job, and it still wouldn't cover it.
Hey, Dub, weren't we buddies? What's gotten into you?
You got a GF.
Huh?
Things change, man.
You got a GF.
We're not like that.
Yeah, right. You're close enough to elope. Anyway, I'm not repairing a thing till you pay up. That's final.
Come on, man. Be a pal.
I'll consider putting it on your tab if you hook me up with a girl.
Like I can just find one.
Well, I'm not touching your Graper then. Later.
Ah, he ended the call.
God damn it. Why'd he have to be like that? Screw him. Our friendship
This
is
is
over.
gonna affect our work as Nakano Symphonies. Fine. I'll handle the payment this time.
Huh? Seriously?
I'm sure some of the people I know will let me borrow money.
You're gonna take out loans?
Got no choice. You're gonna be working without pay for a while.
That was a pretty harsh condition, but...
Thanks, Cross. I owe ya.
We sent Nono home while it was still light outside. She made a tutorial for the game of life before she left, though, and was whining about how she wanted to stay and play with us. How to play a life game. So what's this life game about? It's a simulation of life that lets you watch what happens to living cells over the generations. Yay for life. Happy Nono flower. There are the rules. Here are the rules. Can't tell. The colored cells are live. The colorless cells are dead. Bleh. Very unfortunate. The next generation is born when a dead cell has 3 living neighboring cells. A living cell swerves into the next generation if 2 or 3 of its neighbors are alive. If a living cell has 0 or 1 living cells around it, it dies from loneliness. If a living cell is surrounded by 4 or more living cells, it dies from overcrowding. No! Sometimes, when living cells form a group, they start acting funny. Get moving. I guess they look like that. Still lives. These keep surviving and don't change shape. Block, beehive, boat. These move as they die, survive, and reproduce in a cycle. Glider. Lightweight spaceship. Oscillators. These go back to their original shape after some generations. Blinker. Toad. Octagon. Galaxy. Momo's got this on her cheek, but it's Galaxy, right? Also, there's a caterpillar for some reason. There's many more patterns. See if you can find them. Exciting stuff. Anyway, things had settled down, so I figured it was a good time to put a carry-on node on Momo. Giving her access to BMI would make info sharing way more smoother.
I'll use this to open a hole in your ear for an electrode. It's just like getting a piercing. It might hurt a little, but you won't bleed or anything, so don't worry. Okay, show me your ear.
That's such a vibe.
Here.
She lifted her hair, showing her ear and neck.
Can I touch it?
Of course.
This is kind of stressful.
Did you touch it?
Not yet.
You needn't worry about me.
She just hit him with the needn't.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I gently touched her ear.
That tickles a bit.
I'll be done soon.
I'm okay.
When they do the double ellipses back to back and the voice actors go, it's just like, what? I put her ear into the device.
Get ready. Here I go.
A piercing-like electrode slipped into her ear.
That's it. You okay?
Yes. That didn't take too long.
The early ones were a real pain to put on, though. It was a while before the process got this simple. Now we just have to clip a carrier node onto it.
I'd ordered one that afternoon, and it had already been delivered. It wasn't some luxury model, but it'd get the job done. Clipping it onto the electrode only took a second. There were people out there with a whole bunch of different carry-on nodes they wore as fashion accessories.
There we go.
Her profile was taken care of too. Cross and I had gone to get her a forged one. These days, profiles were linked to census data and stuff, so it was pretty hard to fake them. That's why we went to a white hat purveyor company where Momo could pay to get one made. She'd also decided to use the name Momo Izaki. It made sense considering she had the Vatican after her. I was kind of embarrassed that she was actually using that name. I just thought up out of nowhere.
What are you looking at? If you got something to say, just spit it out.
Good job, ellipses users.
I was just thinking about how nice you are.
I gotta admit, your handiwork had me worried, but you did a good job.
Wipe that stupid grin off your face.
Izaki, I set it up so you can contact us.
Thank you.
And you can see Yomi now, right?
Yes, I can. Hello. Don't you dare try to seduce my Wendy. I'll try not to. Thank you all very much. I'm sure this will help me find Ken Korihisa.
Almost still wanted to go it alone. Jeez, talk about stubborn.
Hey, have you ever seen Cicada's face?
Yes. I saw a photo of him that was taken while he was at the Vatican.
Whoa! You being serious? You saw Cicada's face? That's hella spicy! We could make a killer fortune thread about that.
But I don't have that photo with me.
Why don't you draw him from memory, then?
Good idea. You can use the paint app.
Well, I'll try.
Well, that's brave, TBH. We taught her how to use the app, and she spent about half an hour drawing.
I'm done.
Share it.
Okay, here it is.
What did you expect? I mean, honestly, though, it's pretty good. I guess.
I think I captured his features quite well.
I'm gonna be honest. Doing it in a visual novel would be so much easier. It's like using a picture to make a paint, you know, in our world. Using paint to create an anime portrait. Anyways.
I see. All right, well, putting that aside, let's start looking into Cicada, all of us. If we all come together on this, we're bound to find some trace of him.
I had no idea how naive that was.
What the hell is going on?
2 hours had passed since we started. There's absolutely nothing on the internet about Cicada 3301 or Kent Kurihise. Obviously, we couldn't find a thing about his time at the Vatican either.
This doesn't make sense. We should be able to find at least a scrap of info. It's like...
He or someone deleted it all.
There's nothing about the Ochanomizu thing either.
Cicada put up the first quest in May last year, and it was supposedly posted from somewhere in Ochanomizu. That info was discovered independently by someone new, and it wasn't available anywhere else. That's why it wasn't too weird that there was nothing about it on the internet. Momo said she'd come all the way to Japan on that one lead. That was actually the reason she went to the Ochanomizu trader before we met.
Not even his birth record.
We didn't know where Kent Kurihise was from exactly, but even when we looked at the entire country's records for people with that name around 1990, we didn't get something good. It was always possible that the records of his birth were filed at some facility near his birthplace. But finding that would have taken ages.
Hold on. I talked with the info brokers I know. No dice. Apparently, a bunch of others have asked them to look into Cicada's identity before.
That made sense. There were probably tons of people who wanted to make a name for themselves by unmasking Cicada.
But no matter how hard they tried, they found absolutely nothing. So they've all thrown in the towel.
There's not a single info broker out there who hasn't looked into Cicada. Not a single one who knows who he is either. At this point, people are actually saying that if you want to know more about Cicada, you gotta go to 4chan's hacker board. Hack. Hackers the world over go there for a shot at completing his quests, so there'll be a heap of people on it who want to know more about Cicada. He posts his quests on a bunch of sites, but 4chan's the one with the most people.
How much does Hack know about Cicada anyway?
They don't know zip. Not a single hacker there has ever met him.
It's like his whole existence is a mirage or something.
Maybe he was actually a fictional character to start with. The more investigating the guy, the more plausible it seemed.
The hackers don't even know his real name's Kent Kurihise. His name alone is actually a real bombshell piece of info. Let's post it. They might help us out.
Is there any way we can prove it's real? I'm pretty sure they'll ask for a source.
I don't have anything at hand.
That's gonna make it hard to convince them.
There's also the fact that the wrong kind of post could put the Vatican on our trail.
We're not sharing it. There's no way to gauge how risky it is for Momo. Anyway, tell us about the quests, Wind. You know more about them than any of us.
Momo probably knew about them too, but I needed a refresher.
Okay, let me tell you everything.
Wind had gathered all the information he could find about the quests. He was the best resource we had.
I'm gonna have to look over all this info I got.
As he said that, he started pressing his own arms, looked like some
Excuse me? What are you doing?
Checking the info.
Huh?
It's a rig mesh. He's not dancing. That's just how he controls his BMI.
You could execute the registered commands by touching it with your fingers. It is basically just an input device, like my keyboard. It wasn't like you could get the desired results by touching it however you wanted, though. Commands change depending on how you touch. Winds and input motions were really exaggerated. It was probably because he thought he looked cool and wanted to show it off. Normally, people calibrated these so they'd require only the bare minimum.
Cicada is a person who, without any prior notice, posts images or URLs in the main internet communities. You can get clues about the incident Cicada causes by analyzing those posts. At that stage, almost nobody can actually guess what the incidents are gonna involve, though. People only notice the link between the clues and the incidents after the incidents actually happen.
We've participated in 2 of the past quests. Thinking men hackers the world over desperately tried to analyze the resources that they provided. The quests were so tough that even the wizard tier hackers were left scratching their heads, though. We tackled the quests without any preparations. Of course, we could engineer effort.
Anyway, here are the rankings. Hackers that contribute to quest analysis or do stuff that could help prevent the incidents get higher placements.
I recognize 2 names. Well, 3 technically. Juno is obviously part of this story, but also Dash, which is Dari Super Hacker, and Frau Kurajiro, which is actually just her real name, I think. Hackers that contribute to quest analysis or do stuff that could help prevent the incidents get higher placements.
This stuff isn't managed by Cicada himself, though. The people on Hack did it themselves. Cicada's completely uninvolved. They're into all these wild events, and some of them even gamble on them.
Cicada 3301 would cause the incidents he hinted at, whether they were analyzed or not. Not a single hacker had been able to stop them, and one died. And then there were these weirdos treating the whole thing like some party.
This is why I hate hackers.
But you're a hacker too.
Don't group me in with them.
I would have switched jobs the first chance I got.
Nobody's actually prevented an incident yet. But the hackers who helped most during the analysis stage can still reach the top of the ranks.
Being up at the top got you attention from fellow hackers all over the world, as well as individuals and companies looking to hire white hats. Knowing hackers, most of them were probably more interested in making a name for themselves than actually completing the quests.
The Nakano Symphony's members are ranked, Takaoka's in 9,487th, and Yumikawa's in 9,709th. I guess Yumikawa's lower because he tends to act as Takaoka's support.
Wendy's 9,381st. He
wins.
Well, it's not like I care where I am in the rankings. I'm not even a hacker, unlike you two.
I don't remember putting my name there.
Anyone who gets even a little bit involved in the quest solving has their name put on there, whether they like it or not.
Wow. Well, whatever. Rankings didn't matter.
Why's Cicada doing all this anyway?
Huh? You took part in those quests without knowing any of that? That's actually so cool, in a weird way.
Cicada 3301's first post included a message from him, detailing his motives.
That's so...
I didn't know that.
Here it is. This was posted on Hack sometime after the sad morning. It was Cicada 3301's comeback post.
May as well read it. I'll give it one more chance, though.
The text here, by the way, is the same as it was in 2010.
Okay, yeah. 4chan, Cicada 3301. Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck. 3301.
Does this mean that if we prevent an incident, Cicada might come to see us?
my brain wants to turn it into a date. So like the only way to do that actually is to assume that any of it could be feasible except for the fact that it's 33. But that's not true because 33 could totally be the year. But then there's no 0th day of the month, you know what I'm saying? Does this mean that if we prevent an instance, Cicada might come see us?
Maybe. Nobody's done that yet, though, so who knows?
But it's possible, right?
We looked into Cicada as thoroughly as possible and still found nothing. It was like the quests were the only lead we had left. And Cicada himself was waiting at the end.
Huh?
What?
It just... Cicada just posted a new quest! Hack is going wild!
Really?
Talk about perfect timing. Looks like Cicada knows about us.
It's gotta be a coincidence. There's no way we're the first hackers to conduct an investigation into him.
Man, you never lose your cool, huh?
You didn't have to spell it out. I knew it was a coincidence.
Can you bring it up for us?
Wait. There you go.
Good luck, huh?
We call it to say that when he was planning some kind of disaster. I really didn't like this guy. We used some specific method to analyze the situation. Find an entry means Cicada's body.
I need to solve it.
Momo is staring at the image with an intense expression.
Then it's decided.
Huh?
Nakano Symphonies is gonna do everything in its power to complete this quest.
Hold on,
You should know by now I'm not the kind of guy who gives up after a couple rejections.
But...
It's not like this quest will be a cakewalk, you know.
Yeah, we didn't get anywhere the last 2 times, but I'm not the same person I was back then.
If you're planning to use the you-know-what, I'm gonna go ahead and remind you to be careful.
True about the saving and loading too.
I won't rely on it too much.
It's still way too mysterious. It's just... But we didn't have the skill to get to Cicada through one using ramen like this.
If no one's ever prevented one of these quest incidents, then I'll be the first.
And then I'd drag Cicada through 301 out into the open. You can count that.
Woo! Our boy's acting all cool in front of his GF. Don't.
Oh, whoops, my bad. Don't worry. I totally get ya. That's my wind impression.
Huh?
That's not...
But I still believe that Momo was my GF and that we were eloping. But it would have been a real pain to explain the whole story.
You're not gonna tell him the truth?
I'll do it some other time. And I'm not just acting cool here. I mean every word I say. Cicada and all the other hackers everywhere are gonna find out what I'm all about.
Woo! Our boy's on fire!
Is that a good stopping point? I guess not. 4chan analyzed the image rapidly. I feel kind of surrounded though, in the safe data space. We tried all kinds of stuff ourselves, but we were pretty powerless compared to the collective knowledge of 4chan. First, Cicada had posted the image of a flower. It had been treated using a stenography. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but you know. But yeah, Stegana. I really think it's steganography. Steganography. It's really weird with the two G's and the anon between them. But nonetheless. And an analysis revealed some text in Esperanto, which is like sophisticated Spanish, right? Like crazy. Or like maybe closer to Latin than Spanish. The text was original and solving it, producing original, and so on. I'm gonna be honest, I want to pause it right there just because my tail name is not real. But I won't. I only see the word magnetism in that URL. It's the only thing that sticks out. Just magnets. We'd ultimately arrive at a certain URL. That's where we found this image, which contains some letters and numbers whose colors made them stand out. JA01, not in that order, 37E. It was the number of a passenger plane. It was a regular plane that went to and from Haneda several times a day. After we got the hint, we monitored NJA1037E carefully. Nothing seemed amiss, though. Night fell as we watched, and the airport closed before long. JA1037E stopped flying for the day and was currently parked at the Ninoy Aquino airport in the Philippines. The hackers on 4chan had concluded that nothing would happen that night. With that in mind, we decided to call it a day and go home. I couldn't believe. No, I couldn't leave Momo at Symphony all by herself, so I took her to my place. Symphony was safe, sure, but there was no bed there, so it wasn't an ideal place for anyone to stay for days at a time. But, it was really late. Momo wasn't sleeping. She was staring at her BMI, intensely following the quest in progress.
Why don't you get some rest?
I'm fine. Feel free to sleep. You needn't wait up for me.
Once again with the needn't.
Take care not to overdo it.
I will.
Will what? Overdo it? Damn. I left the room to get something to drink. But as I walked, I stopped in front of my dad's room. I hadn't been touched since the day my dad died. It wasn't like I wanted to keep the memories alive, or because I thought he might actually come back. I just didn't want to be reminded of him. I was a son, but never really paid much attention. He spent all his free time after work sitting in his room just working on something. So he spent his days off too. He always seemed so distant, working away with his back to me. His back that comes to mind when I remember those days. He never once turned to look at me.
Man, why am I getting sentimental?
This is the first time I thought about my dad in a while, and I was just fine with that. I clicked my tongue and went to close the door.
Hey! Get her on the chopper!
That's the Vatican.
God damn it!
I'm not wearing any underwear.
Dadgummit.
Kabukicho. Bingo.
Dude, memories, dude. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the floor. Momo was right in front of me, looking at my face with a worried expression.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I looked around quickly. This was my house, right?
What was that all about?
I felt like everything I'd ever experienced suddenly rushed through my head and flashed before my eyes.
You're all sweaty.
More like everything we'd ever experienced. You're all sweaty. Yeah, she was right about that. I was overcome with heavy fatigue, and my heart was beating extremely fast. didn't know what had happened, so I just sat there for a while. I'm trying to think of what the device was that triggered the attack from Kaito in Robotics Nodes. So I was thinking one of those devices might be around him, and that's what's causing it to happen. Don't remember what it's called, though. I think I'm gonna pause.
Exiting VR dive mode.
If autosave thinks that's a good place to stop, then I'm also gonna save there and stop. I'm just saying, I can't even remember what. Can I delete stuff from here? I guess not. Whatever. My thought process was, you know, save in the other spot and then delete this one, just see if it covers it up. Of course, if it covered up, there'd be no data there. Whatever. Anyways. Yep, that's that. I think that's it for the stream. Shout out to GDSH for chatting away. Even if it was just a little bit. Anyways. Have a great day. And I'll see you next time, or you'll see me next time. Love you, bye.